Most frequently asked questions. Why do we have hair on our head? Most of the hair on our body grows from the skin. It acts like a hat that keeps the warmth in when the weather is cold and the heat out when it is too hot. How do bruises appear? If we hurt ourselves, we can get an injury under the skin. Blood vessels break and spread into the tissue near the injury. The dark color of the blood shows through the skin as a bruise. Do we have tears in our eyes only when we cry? A lot of tears flow from our eyes when we cry. These are visible to us. However, some tears are always present in the eyes, which help wash away the dust and keep our eyes healthy. Why do some people need glasses? As light enters our eyes, it passes through a lens. This lens bends the rays of the light to focus them at the back of the eye. But in some people, the lens cannot bend the light rays properly. Glasses help them to see clearly by focusing the light rays at the back of the eye. Why do we get hungry? We feel hungry if we don't eat for a long time. Our stomach becomes empty and our brain tells us that the blood is running out of energy. Hunger reminds the body that it needs to eat again. Why do our teeth decay? Food that we eat sticks to our teeth and germs thrive on it. As germs feed, they produce acid that can wear holes or cavities in our teeth. Why do we put on weight? Food produces energy and makes our body strong. If we eat more than our body needs, the food will not be used up. Instead, it will be stored in our body as fat and we put on weight. What is hiccup? A thin sheet of muscle called the diaphragm lies just below our lungs. Usually, it moves up and down at a steady pace, making you breathe. But sometimes the diaphragm twitches, causing a sudden intake of air which is interrupted by our throat closing. That's when we hiccup. Why does our nose run? Inside our nose, there is a moist lining. When we catch a cold, the lining makes more moisture to try and wash the germs out, making our nose run. What is diabetes? Diabetes mellitus, often simply referred to as diabetes, is a condition in which a person has a high blood sugar level, either because the body does not produce enough insulin or because body cells don't properly respond to the insulin that is produced. Insulin is a hormone produced in the pancreas which enables body cells to absorb glucose to turn into energy. If the body cells do not absorb the glucose accumulates in the blood, hyperglycemia, leading to vascular, nerve and other complications. Human body has to maintain the blood glucose level at a very narrow range, which is done with insulin and glucagon. The functions of glucagon is causing the liver to release glucose from its cells into the blood for the production of energy. What causes heart attack? The human body is a very complicated and wonderful system. However, sometimes a part of the body or an organ might not function properly, leading to health problems. The very common case of that in a person is heart attack. The arteries may get considerably narrowed down or choked due to the gradual deposition of a fat-like substance called cholesterol. This restricts the flow of blood in the arteries. This makes the heart work more and it becomes beyond the capacity of the heart to supply enough volumes of blood as the demand of body goes on. This results in hard labor of heart to pump blood to tissues, and the failure results in what we call heart attack. Hardening or stiffening of the arteries also causes heart attack. Other heart-related problems could be malfunctioning of the valves of the heart or its pacemaker system. Blood clots in blood vessels cause blockage of vessels leading to heart-related problems. What is appendicitis? Appendicitis is an inflammation of the appendix. The appendix is a hollow tube about 8 to 15 centimeters long, closed at the end. It is found at the beginning of the large intestine in the lower right portion of the abdomen. It has no function as such, and our body can easily manage without it. Sometimes the content of the intestine enter the appendix. If it remains there, it becomes hard, thereby squeezing the veins of the appendix. This cuts off the blood flow and may cause infection. The typical symptoms of the appendix are pain, tenderness, and spasm in the right side of the abdomen. In children, the first symptoms of the appendicitis may be crying, vomiting, and refusing to eat. A person suffering from acute appendicitis has only one remedy, and that is surgery to remove the appendix. What is a reflex action? When your leg suddenly touches a sharp object or your hand accidentally touches an extremely hot object, you just bounce back without thinking. This reaction of your body is known as a reflex action. The sensory nerve takes the message of pain to the spinal cord. The spinal cord is a long cord which arises from the medulla oblongata of the brain and runs all along the vertebral column. It has the grey matter. The information received by the spinal cord is processed here. The motor nerve takes the message from the spinal cord to the concerned organ. These two nerves constitute the reflex ear. Spinal cord is the center of reflex action. Some of the quick or reflex actions could be movement of eyelids, sneezing, shivering, etc. The impulse reaching the spinal cord also reaches the brain, but by that time the danger is over. What are blood groups? Human blood contains two important types of factors: antibodies and antigens. Antibodies are found in the serum of the blood and antigens on the surface of red blood cells. Antigens are of two kinds, A and B. A person having only antigen A is said to have blood group A. A person having only antigen B is said to have blood group B. A person having both antigens A and B is said to have blood group AB. A person having neither antigen A nor B is said to have blood group O. Similarly, antibodies are of two kinds, A and B. Antibody A attacks antigen A, causing damage to the red blood cells that make them clot. Similarly, antibody B and antigen B can make the blood clot. So, these antigens and antibodies do not occur in the same blood. Therefore, group A blood should never be mixed with group B or group AB. A person having group O blood can donate blood to all persons and is also called universal donor. A person having group AB can receive blood from all persons and it is therefore called universal recipient. What is short-sightedness? Short-sightedness is a defect of the eye or vision. If a person is suffering from short-sightedness or myopia, he can only see nearby objects clearly. The person can see a nearby object clearly because the image is formed on the retina. But he cannot see a far-off object clearly because its image is formed in front of the retina. Short-sightedness cannot be cured but can be corrected by using spectacles with concave lens. When a concave lens is placed in front of the eyes, the rays coming from a far-off object are diverged by the concave lens, and the image is formed on the retina, so the person is able to see the far-off objects clearly. What is long-sightedness? Eye is an organ of vision. It is very delicate organ. The two common defects of the eyes are long-sightedness and short-sightedness. A person who can see far-off objects but cannot see nearby objects clearly is suffering from long-sightedness or hypermetropia. A person sees a far-off object clearly because its image is formed on the retina, but cannot see a nearby object clearly because its image is formed behind the retina. Long-sightedness cannot be cured but can be corrected by using spectacles with convex lens. When a convex lens is placed in front of the eyes, the rays coming from the nearby object are converged by the convex lens and help in forming the image on the retina. So, the person is able to see the nearby object clearly. How do the ears help to balance the body? The ear also acts as an organ of balance. It is responsible for monitoring the position and movements of the head. The delicate organs of balance lie in the inner ear in the form of a maze of tubes filled with fluid. The tubes directly involved in balance are called the utricle, the saccule and the semicircular canals. These contain a jelly-like substance which has small granules. When the body is upright, gravity causes these granules to press against the sensitive hair in the jelly. The hair then sends newer signals to the brain that say upright. When the head leans forwards, backwards or sidewards, the granules push against the hairs in the jelly. This gives new message to the brain, which can then, if necessary, send out instructions to the muscles to adjust the position of the body. How do you speak? Speech is one of the most complex and delicate operations undertaken by our body and larynx in the body's voice box. It contains the vocal cords which vibrate to produce speech. The larynx is seated at the top of the windpipe near the center of the neck. The vocal cords consist of two delicate ligaments shaped like the lips, which open and close as air passes through them. When the air from the lungs is expelled over the cords, the caration of the cords produces sound. The loudness of the voice is controlled by the force with which the air is expelled and the pitch by the length of the cords. Men have long vocal cords to have heavier voice. Women generally have smaller larynx. Each sound in any language is determined by a slightly different movements of the lips, tongue, teeth, and of the mouth. Why do some people go bald? Adults have about 1,20,000 hairs on their head. Long hair grow on the scalp. Scalp hair grows an average of 1.25 centimeter a month. If all the hair of the scalp get removed, a person becomes bald. There are two reasons why people may go bald. The root of the hair is either permanently destroyed or they have been temporarily damaged. Permanent baldness occurs in more than 40% of men. In women, it affects the crown of the head only and never leads to complete loss of hair. In men, it affects the whole head. Basically, three main factors lead to permanent baldness in men, namely heredity, age, and hormone imbalance. There are also other factors like severe injuries to the hair germ centers by chemicals, disease, which produces severe scarring, etc. Temporary hair loss often occurs after a high fever, thyroid diseases, or tuberculosis. But hair grows again in most cases after the disease is cured. Drugs, X-rays, malnutrition, and some skin diseases can also cause temporary hair loss, but usually it grows again within a year. Baldness may occur at almost any time of life after childhood. What causes cold? Cold is caused by a microscopic organism called virus. There are large number of viruses that cause colds. Colds most often occur in early autumn, midwinter, or early spring. The mucous membranes lining the nose and the breathing passages become inflamed. The inflamed part starts producing mucus, resulting in a running nose. If the bronchi of the lungs become infected, the person gets cough, colds, which are usually caught through being with people who already have them. The quickest way of catching a cold is through someone else's sneeze, shaking hands with infected persons. So, when you have a cold, it is better to stay away from other people. Getting wet does not directly give you a cold. In the meantime, the body's immune system deals with the virus. What is a stroke? A stroke is a form of injury to the brain. When a stroke occurs, the flow of blood to a part of the brain suddenly stops, thereby injuring all the structures connected with that part. There can be many reasons for the occurrence of stroke. A blood vessel may have ruptured, causing a hemorrhage. In another case, a clot may form within a blood vessel. There may be a spasm of an artery. A blood vessel may have got closed because of a small particle floating in the bloodstream. The causes of stroke are many, but the resultant effect is the same. It damages that part of the brain through which pass the nerves that control our voluntary motions, our sensations of pain, our temperature, touch, and vision. These damages could be fatal, and the person could become permanently disabled. What is anemia? Various nutrients in food have specific roles to play in the functioning, growth, and repair of the body. If a person's regular diet lacks a nutrient, the normal functioning of the body will be tampered, and this will show up as a disease. Iron deficiency causes deficient production of a respiratory pigment called hemoglobin in red blood cells. The number of red blood cells also decreases as a result. This disease is called anemia. You know that oxygen is carried to different tissues of the body by the hemoglobin present in the red blood cell. If there is deficient amount of hemoglobin in the body, it will receive lesser amount of oxygen. This means that an anemic person will get tired easily and lose weight. He or she will look pale and feel exhausted. Hemoglobin synthesis also requires vitamin B12. Anemia can be prevented by taking spinach, apple, banana, guava, eggs, etc., as these are rich in iron. What is blood pressure? Heart is the organ responsible for pumping blood. The heart pumps blood into the aorta. The pressure of flow of blood in the aorta and its main branches is defined as blood pressure. The heart has to develop a high pressure so that blood can be pumped through the fine contraction of systolic phase. It is equal to that exerted by a column of 120 mm of mercury. In the relaxation of diastolic phase, it is about 80 mm of mercury. It is typically 120 or 80 in the artery of a resting adult person. It varies from person to person and is affected by age, sex, heredity, physical and emotional state and other factors. Blood pressure is measured by an instrument called sphygmomanometer. What is cancer? What causes cancer? Cancer is a class of diseases characterized by out-of-control cell growth. There are over 100 different types of cancer, and each is classified by the type of cell that is initially affected. Cancer harms the body when damaged cells divide uncontrollably to form lumps or masses of tissue called tumors. Tumors can grow and interfere with the digestive, nervous, and circulatory system, and they can release hormones that alter body function. Tumors that stay in one spot and demonstrate limited growth are generally considered to be benign.